viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and I don't know exactly what the guy on top is playing, but I have a suspicion that he's playing Harmless Pact. But unless he plays Demonic Pact or Harmless Offering, I don't have a clue. I mean, he could just be playing that old-style Mardu mid-range deck, which it's a decent deck. It's just in the current standard, it's just not up to snuff. Ooh, Transgress the Mind goes away. Elder Deep Fiend goes away. Grapple with the Past. Elder Deep Fiend. Kozilek's Return. So, the other side is, I'm guessing Temur Emerge. And he got pretty unlucky with his second turn Gather the Pack. Because, first turn Gnarlroot Dryad followed by Gather the Pack on turn 2 or Grapple with the Past on turn 2, it was a really nice combo, and you can potentially get Delirium on turn 2. But unfortunately for him, he hit 4 lands. Pilgrim's Eye. Now, I was wondering why I was seeing people play with this card, and I figured it out. It took me a little while, which just goes to show you sometimes it takes a little while for me to put 2 and 2 together. It's because it's an artifact. And then, it can get you a land. I mean, like, for example, when you dump 4 lands with Gather the Pack, you might actually need to search up a land, because if you're stuck on, like right now, he has no red mana. I don't know if he actually uses very many red cards, but, Pilgrim's Eyes could solve that problem for you. Grasp of Darkness on the Gnarlwood Dryad. Okay, so creature, instant, land, sorcery. So he does have Delirium now. Both sides are, well, at the moment, unless Temur plays something drastic like a big emerge nasty creature, at the moment, I'd say the Mardu deck has an advantage. 4 cards in hand, his board state's a little better. The quality of his creature versus the opponent's creature is obvious. Okay, sacrificing the Pilgrim's Eye to play Elder Deep Fiend. During his opponent's upkeep, and he's going after his lands, he wants to limit what he can do on this turn. It does mean that he's going to take 4 damage, but he's at 16. 4 damage isn't really that big a deal yet. He'll be at 12. But more importantly, I can't really think of anything that Mardu could do right now that would be all that helpful with 2 mana. So he attacks in with the Dark Dwellers, deals his 4 damage. He has a land. So 3 mana, that changes things. There's a lot more options at 3 mana. Temur's attacking in with the Elder Deep Fiend for 5. That takes Mardu down to 9. And Corrupted Graftstone. Or Graphstone, excuse me. Now at the moment, Temur is just going to win this race, if it's just the Fiend versus the Goblin Dark Dwellers. But Mardu does have a Shambling Vent that he can man up to try and slow things down a little bit for his opponent and do some more damage. 6 damage versus 4. Okay, never mind. He is just attacking in with the Goblin Dark Dwellers. He's got to hit him 2 more times with the Dark Dwellers. That's why I was thinking man up the Shambling Vent and attack with it. Nahiri, the Harbinger. Very good time for that. -2 and exile the Elder Deep Fiend. And Temur is running very low on gas. Mardu has a very good advantage here. Gather the pack. What does he find? Kozilek's Return, Nissa's Pilgrimage. He does find Ishkana. I was worried that he might not find a creature, but he does, and one that likes Delirium. So now he has blockers, and lots of them. And more importantly, he can kill Goblin Dark Dwellers in combat this next turn. Unless Mardu can do something about the little guys, which, all it would take is a Kozilek's Return or Radiant Flames for 2. Alright, he's going +2 on Nahiri, discards a Mountain, which, that's the ideal situation for you at this point in the game with Nahiri. You get to discard a card that is of no use and possibly draw one that is of use, while at the same time adding more counters to your Planeswalker. He's got 5 cards in hand. He has 7 mana to play with. His opponent is at 8. And I was just thinking about Nahiri's Wrath. I had to pause the recording and go and double check the wording on Nahiri's Wrath because I could not remember whether it hits players or not, and unfortunately no. But then again, I think that would be a little bit too overpowered if she could hit, everything under the sun with that card. But at the same time, here, he's got, if he has Nahiri's Wrath in his hand, he'd have 4 cards to discard. And he really only needs to get rid of the 3 little spiders, and that'd be only 6 damage that he would need to do, and that wouldn't be too hard to get with 4 cards discarding. In fact, with 3 or maybe even 2, depending on his hand, he could probably achieve that. I forgot. The discard X is also the number of targets you can hit, so you would have to discard 3 cards. But I highly doubt that he has Nahiri's Wrath in his hand, let alone is going to play it. Oh, wow. Descend upon the Sinful. Let's see. I was just going to count his Delirium, and no, he does not have Delirium, so no Angel Token for him. But he does clear the board, which is worse for Temur than it is for Mardu. Ooh, Nissa's Pilgrimage. Land. Not what he needs right now. But it could help him to not hit land in the future. Let's see, transgress is a sorcery, instant, land. So he missed it by 1. If he'd gotten the angel, I think that might have been game. Actually, it would have been game because he would have had the angel right here, and he could have manned up 2 shambling vents. Okay. Basically, he's discarding Kozilek's Return so that it doesn't get exiled. Because there was nothing for it to hit, so it was effectively like paying to discard it. So now, Temur is completely out of cards, so Mardu can basically do whatever he wants. He chooses to man up the Shambling Vent, goes in for 2, that'll knock Temur down to 6, bring Mardu up to 9, widen that gap, and now all he needs is 2 more damage if he mans up both Shambling Vents. But, there's a lot more efficient ways to kill your opponent than trying to deal 2 damage with 2 mana, white and black. I mean, he could get another Goblin Dark Dwellers and go with Read the Bones so that he could get more cards. One, two, three, four, five. He'd be one land short of being able to man up the Shambling Vent that turn, unless he got one in the cards that he drew. But let's see. Manning up a Shambling Vent. And manning up the other Shambling Vent. Attacking all in. And gets through for 4. So Temur's down to 2. Mardu's up to 11. And something that I was thinking about when he was attacking is he had enough mana to hardcast a... where'd it go? Elder Deep Fiend. Which, since it has Flash, he could have done, after he declared attackers. But, ultimating Nahiri, getting Goblin Dark Dwellers to grab Transgress the Mind to see what's in his hand. And probably get rid of, something, get rid of something, whether it's important or not at this point, we don't know. Gets rid of Kozilek's Return, leaves him with Kozilek's Return, and ow. Basically, Temur just ran out of gas there. As far as I can tell, he's not running anything that can draw him extra cards, and that might have saved him in this in this game. But Gather the Pack could get him creatures, which would have been important against this matchup. Another Grapple the Past might have helped him a bit. Creature or land. Well, not actually, because all of his creatures ended up being exiled. Well, unfortunately for the Temur deck, he just ran out of gas, and that happens sometimes. And for the Mardu side, he just did brilliantly. He seemed to always have an answer for every situation that he was in, and that was very unfortunate for Temur. I've seen Temur do ridiculously powerful and fast things. I mean, turn 2 having a 3/3 death touch, and then, subsequently having Delirium for the rest of the game is pretty powerful. But it's nowhere near guaranteed. But this video has gone on for far too long, so I'm going to end it here. I'm going to call it Mardu midrange since no confirmation on Harmless Pact. And the other side was Temur Emerge. So if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.